Hey everybody, before we get into today's episode of the Dummy Time Podcast, I want to take a moment to talk about our new sponsor, W Energy. If you're tired of the usual energy drinks packed with fillers and artificial ingredients, W Energy is here to change the game. They've created a clean energy formula that is free from maltodextrin, artificial coloring, and unnecessary additives. What sets W apart is their focus on cognitive performance. Their unique blend includes vitamins and nootropics, with the star ingredient being neurofactor. This patented extract from high-quality coffee cherries has been clinically shown to boost brain performance so you can stay sharp and energized throughout your day. And here's the best part. You can enjoy all of this without breaking the bank. If you're ready for that big energy boost, head over to their website and use code SCIENCE at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's SCIENCE and get 10% off of every order. And it lets them know that we sent you. A big thank you to W Energy for giving us the extra kick we need and for sponsoring today's show. Now, let's get into the episode. Yeah, I mean, if you want to, without naming names, you can always just explain whatever I just missed in that, 15, 20 minutes.
Basically, in just short version of it, an individual used ChatGPT to ask it the questions that they wrote down to see what answers it would come up with. Me personally, with ChatGPT being such the broad tool that it is, I probably would have done the same thing. You're not having it create your work for you. You're asking it to basically answer the question you've put into it.
Okay.
And from
So
a neutral ethics standpoint,
episode 28, we're starting. It's Anthony, Joe, and John and Steve, and Steve, Joe. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just want to make sure I gave us a starting point.
No, you're good. I mean, I understand the ethics part of it. I really do. I get it. But if you're not using something to create, if you're not using ChatGPT to create your work for you, you're just using it as a tool to further what you've already done, then yes, I see where it would be okay. But if you're using it to solely just typing it in there, hey, I need you to create my project using my project with whatever, I need questions and answers, and I need this, 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 and this, and you hit the go button on it, then yeah, that's an ethics issue and you're a piece of shit. But if you're having it answer some shit that you've already created, I don't see the problem.
Right. Okay. So, and I actually remember because I was there for the start of this. So, I guess what the initial question was posed was that we have a mutual friend that had a group project because they were in college. They're graduates, I think, in college. Yeah. And they were doing this group project, and one of their members decided to use ChatGPT to, in sense, edit an existing set of answers that they had.
No, it wasn't editing. It was doing the work for them.
It was
so they had them create it. So from my understanding, it was they had them written down. They had the idea out. Here
They
are the
had
12
questions,
things.
and they had to generate answers for those questions. They used ChatGPT to generate the answers.
Yeah.
Oh,
So they wrote down the
Mhm.
questions. They just had it answer them for them.
Gotcha. See, that's okay. So, and that was this, and this is why I wanted us to start with this, and I was actually happy this kind of carried over because I like these moral quandary kind of questions, and these are fun.
I mean,
Plus, it has AI because that's a big topic right now is AI.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, like I made a comment before I jumped over, is I was like, my brother-in-law, my brother-in-law bought a motorcycle off Facebook Marketplace. He bought a fucking Suzuki. Forgot it's Suzuki something. And he's turning it into a cafe racer bike. So tearing everything down, he's never built a motorcycle before. He's tearing everything down, and he basically went into ChatGPT and said, "You are a 40-year Suzuki mechanic that has done this, 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 and this. Tell me how to do this, or how would I do this?" And it's explained to him how to take it apart and how to put it back together. And he's even gone in and been like, "I've also done this, this, or this." And it's like, "Oh, that's a great upgrade. You need to do this, this, or this." So he's basically putting a motorcycle back together using ChatGPT.
So the question is, first off, can it actually do that though?
As far as what?
So, like, what is the limit of ChatGPT? If you tell it is something, like, at what point does it not like, is it just gonna lie or pretend?
Well, at that point, it's crossing a boundary that gets set with like it's one of those like rules of robotics where like they don't lie because at that point
That's
then
not a
they're
rule of
trying to
robotics.
deceive. I thought that was like one of the rules was like they're not allowed
No, it
to
is
like
not.
you can't kill humans, you can't harm humans, you can't deceive humans.
No.
So in essence, if they're trying to, I thought
So
that was like
basically,
one of them,
Chat
but
GPT, I don't know that there is a limit to Chat GPT of what it can and cannot do. It's no it's basically it's basically like if you went on YouTube and typed in like went on YouTube and typed in what you were looking for, it's like if somebody has done it, there's a video for it, then you're good to go. But like Chat GPT doesn't just work off of the limits of if somebody's put it in there. Chat GPT, I think, and I could be wrong because I've never really used it, but I don't think there is a limit with it. I really don't.
Yes, there
I'd have to look it
is.
up.
it
Its
has
limit
it
is
has
the
limits.
data
I've
set.
hit limits. Yeah, like I've hit limits with
I've
ChatGPT and
pushed
like
it there.
yeah, like I've messed with it and played with it and like not for nothing. Like I think in a sense of like if it's doing the work for you in a college setting, because the whole discussion was it ethical? Because what they're doing is having it do the work for them. That's something that's supposed to be their effort that they put into. In the like if you're out in the fucking world and you're working and you're like, hey, your boss is like, hey, can you get like this like thing set up, and you get a general like outline or like at least like a starting project, and you're just like throwing it into ChatGPT to like make it look pretty. I mean, there's nothing wrong. I don't see anything wrong with that because that's
I
just using a
literally use
resource that's available,
ChatGPT
but
every
not for
day
college.
in my job.
I mean,
Yeah, I
dude,
use it all the time.
it's literally new age plagiarism. That's all it is.
And
Because
like,
like
but I feel like
I have to come up with 4 hours of classwork a day, and my boss gives me an hour at most to come up with it. Like, I am way overwhelmed when it comes to my workload. So what I use ChatGPT for is I have it create exercises and worksheets. I'm
Mhm.
generating the content, I'm telling it what to put in there, modifying the content, but it's doing the like arduous labor of putting pen to paper and creating a worksheet.
yeah, I've used it for like whenever I've come up with like different outlines for filming plans or what was another. I've used it for like certain contracts and stuff. I've written out the like I've written out the general idea of what I want the contract to have because I'm not really good at like the legalese of it. So I have it go through and I write down like this is what I want this contract to have. This is the information I want shared. This is the how I want things referenced. Da 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 da. And then I'll throw that through ChatGPT and just like I need this specific type of document, this very very specific type of document, using this outline and basically just make it look good and use the right terminology and everything. And I have it run through, and then I'll go through it a third time and just change out like what I don't like or change out certain verbiage that seems like it's like too much because it tries to be. Man, ChatGPT will try to be extra sometimes and throw in like
Well,
real
that
fancy language that don't need
you
to
have
be
to set
there.
that parameter.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like
So
I forget to set certain parameters because like I'm lazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I get the big chunk of it and I'm like, just make it look pretty, man.
Verdansk.
But I really think AI used as a resource is a good thing. But if it's for like a class project, now that because that was things like they didn't want to turn them in, and then one of our mutual friends mentioned that they should just not. They were like, don't threateningly tell them about it, but like throw that out there to them. I'm like, no, 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 nope. You throw it to them and you go, listen, this is the deal. This is what this says, and so you're not following with this protocol. If you decide not to follow this protocol, I'm going to have to turn you in the ethics board. There you go.
My
That
my
way, there's
honest
no room
my
for
honest
interpretation.
my honest suggestion was to just not even say shit to them because they had already blatantly bragged about it in a group text, in a group conversation. So I was like, fuck that. Just go straight to your
No,
professor, be like, look, I request to be graded separately on what I contributed within this project. not with what they contributed, because I have it here in a message where they are saying that they've used ChatGPT to do their part of the project, or half of their part of the project, and due to the part of the ethics code for the school, using AI with a project is not okay. I do not want to be involved in their part of it. I only want to be involved in grading of what I done.
Yeah, and I mean, and the teachers might be into that, but that's also depending on how much time you have. I feel like you should at least. I'm always someone who's like, everyone deserves at least one. Everybody gets one. So like, you know what? Just tell them very straightforward. If you don't fix your shit, I'm gonna turn you into the ethics board or whoever I gotta turn you into because you're breaking this code. And if they don't, and it's like 3 days down, all right, cool. You go to the ethics board and you say, hey, here's the issue. I got this going on. Here's the evidence of this. Da 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 da. It's in your hands now. It's out of my hands. I did my job. Here you go.
Yep. But it's AI, man.
It's just what you got to do.
AI is everywhere at this point, so it's getting
So
difficult to depict what
there
AI
is
is
a
used
right
and not.
way and there is a wrong way to do it. If you're using
Yeah.
it to create content, in academia, that is just blatant plagiarism. If you're using it to check your content or to validate data sets, then that's something different.
That's using a resource.
Unless they basically do what we had to do. Basically, remember back what you had to do in school, where you had to cite your work of where you
Oh
got
yeah, you
what.
can
If they
have
put it in there,
Wikipedia, and then you
saying-
just go to Wikipedias sources.
yeah,
Well,
if
it's not
they
even that. When you go through
basically-
chat and you do something like that, you tell it, I need you to cite your sources, and it'll cite them for you.
Yep. That would
Which
be
is
the
really
only way to actually make it okay, would be if you went through and had it cite where it got it from so it could
And
be
then you
pulled.
just, and if you need to verify the source, you go through and verify the sources yourself because it's an easy as a Google.
Honestly,
That's
it's
the whole
really
thing of it.
funny to me how Wikipedia went from being a very unreliable resource to actually now being one of the most legitimate forms of like research libraries ever.
Because they're survivors, baby. They ask me for $5 every time I try to fucking use it.
No, it's not even that. It's because they proved an internet theory is that if you post wrong information on the internet, people will clamor to correct it.
Oh yeah, or that, or they'll just use it to completely fuck with people. Because I've seen some Wikipedia pages get pretty fucking.
And then it's almost
amazing.
immediately fixed.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh man, I thought there was something that lasted
Tiffany's like,
forever.
is it though?
Is it though? But I
though?
mean, there's always going to be people who are going to be on there and trolling and like changing like Wikipedia articles to say like, Matt Damon used to.
I mean, there are
suck
people
off
who
this guy or
treat
some shit.
Wikipedia like it's their full-time fucking job.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's just
so
it's just the way that goes.
on
But
a sidebar,
it's the nature of the internet.
for a change of subject, because we had somebody in this here group just had a birthday.
Fuck off.
Happy birthday,
Yeah.
Jon.
Get fucked.
Happy birthday
Happy
to
birthday,
you.
Jon. Yeah, it was Jon's birthday a little while ago.
It was.
It's funny because it reminded me on Facebook, and like honestly, I forgot that you and I were Facebook friends. And
I
I'm like,
did
who the
too.
fuck is? Oh shit!
I did too. I saw
We're not
your
Facebook
name, and I was
friends,
like,
Joe.
oh shit.
Joe, I don't think we're
I
Facebook
don't
friends.
even
What the fuck
think-
is wrong with you?
I don't
Why
think
are you
I'm
such a
fucking friends
Why are
with
you
you.
such a fucking creeper about it?
I don't even think I'm friends with you on Facebook, Joe.
All right,
Well,
fucking
Steve
do it.
ASMR is not bad. The little Southern twang's got a nice bit to it.
Yeah. I whisper nice little dirty naughty things in you.
Sounds like cancer AIDS.
But
That
no,
was basically just
And
Bruce. That was
with,
Bruce
like-
from Family Guy.
Verdansk.
Yeah. John basically, so Call of Duty gave John Verdansk for his birthday.
It did.
Yeah.
It really, really did.
I see what you did
Old
with that.
Verdansk.
oh,
is back.
also talking about awesome, cool things too that's associated with Jon. So, I told this story already, but I'll tell it so that way we can tell anyone who actually listens to it. So Jon, from where he used to work, he was able to get his hands on this Alienware PC that had an i7 processor in it. And as I've complained about before, I haven't been able to play anything for months because my processor's a piece of shit. My
It wasn't a
AMD
piece
Ryzen.
of shit. It was just old, and it needs. To
It
be
was old.
replaced.
Yeah, well, it was a Ryzen 7 5000G, and it it ran every single day because like my computer's my main source of like any kind of input whatsoever. Usually, I don't usually sit and watch TV unless it's with Gotham when he's here. I'm usually here, so the thing run all the time, and it just got old and it burned up a little bit. So I couldn't play any games. I could do this, couldn't play games. But so John had this idea because he was just in here, just sitting in here, and he goes, "Hey, why don't we just gut this thing and put your other stuff in here because your other stuff's fine, and just use the processor." I'm like, you know what? That's a genius idea. I didn't even think about that. I'm an idiot. I've been sitting here wondering why it's been sitting in my room for 3 days.
I
Dude,
literally took it out. I took it out of my fucking closet because I was like, I have no use for this. I have a PC already, and I've got 2 extra RAM sticks, so I can have 32 gigs of RAM.
Yeah.
I don't really need this fucking thing. Like, so your shit is fucked up. Here
So
you go.
yeah, so
Dude,
I
I'm
decided to.
running Intel. Mine's an Intel i7 14th gen that I'm running on mine, and dude, nothing. It doesn't skip a beat.
Yeah, so so we took this.
Send you
I
too
don't know
many
what.
fucking game invites. It fucking crashes your shit. What are you talking about?
Bitch, you
So
sent 5 in less than 10 seconds with the game
Super
open.
processing power.
The game was
well, so
open. Oh, hold on a second,
Steven
Anthony.
has himself a super computer.
The game was open. I was trying to join your game, and you sent me 5 fucking game invites in less than 5 seconds.
yeah, so I've noticed that the cross-platform play with Call of Duty has also included the fact that your friends on Xbox can mass
I'm a
send you
dick with you. I'm a
invites.
dick with you now, motherfucker. I'm gonna fuck with you so bad.
So that old trolling technique when we used to play on Xbox, when you used to just tap
Yes,
the fucking X
sir.
button or whatever and send the invite, whatever invite button was. Now it just lets you do that to your PC friends too. So we get to enjoy John's rapid thumb movements.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember that shit. It was so fun. We would actually send as many invites as possible to one person using 3 people to see if you could
Hmm.
crash their Xbox.
Yep. Me and Steve used to do it to our friend PJ all the time,
Oh god,
and
dude,
me and Joe
demonically
too.
done that shit.
We used to just,
Demonically done that shit.
oh man, it was bad. We'd be like, all right, ready, 3, 2, 1, and you just hear thumbs
I would just you just hear
clacking.
and dude, I sent him like 50. Anthony would send him like 50, and you could hear it through his TV and his headset. Bing, 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 bing. That shit just
My
dinged for like 10 minutes.
I think my favorite thing, I can't remember if it was you or John that used to do it, but it would be 2 of us would send a whole bunch of them, and then we wait for a minute and a half, and then whoever didn't send it would just go boop and just send them 1.
Be like, you raggedy bitch.
Because it's that delayed like that really just gets it.
Yeah. I mean, I still
Oh
have
man.
my Xbox. I still have it, but I hadn't used it much. My wife,
Yeah.
I'm actually slowly trying to get my wife into doing a little gaming. I've started her
Yeah.
on Skyrim because she's
Oh,
into well, she
I'll
had
be right
been
back.
playing it. Actually, dude, she's got so many hours of time put into fucking Hogwarts Legacy. So games like that she's really into. So Skyrim should be right there. She's got to a spot to where I need to get her past it, but other than that, it's just trying to just see what she can play, see what she's enjoying to play. She used to play World of War, like she used to play WoW back in the day. So good old RPG game.
And Skyrim's a safe game for anyone.
Yeah. It's a good start game to get her in. I wasn't gonna throw her on fucking Final Fantasy or anything. Considering I've never played Final Fantasy, I couldn't fucking help her if she got stuck. I would not be able to help her if she got stuck. But I don't know. It all depends. We'll see. I'll see where I can get her. Oh, I seen something on the Tiki Talkie today. I did want to ask y'all because apparently it's a challenge that the headquarters, the Microsoft headquarters, and I think it's Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, has a room that they spent 2 years creating. It's the quietest room on the planet.
An Antioch chamber. Yeah.
Yeah, they have
No,
a challenge. If you
anechoic
can,
chamber.
if you
Yep.
can sit in it for an hour, you get $5 million.
Most people can't last a few minutes.
They
in that
said
thing.
that. So to recap, because I know you had to handle something real quick. In Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the Microsoft headquarters has a chamber that they built. It's the quietest place on the planet.
Oh yeah, the chamber you can't hear nothing in.
Anechoic
Yes,
chamber.
they
Yes.
said it is
That's what it's called, an
literally.
anechoic chamber.
It is so quiet you can hear your body make noises.
Yeah, I don't like the idea. I don't want to hear like my veins clogging up as I'm eating a burger, or like
Like it's.
I don't want to hear I don't want
It's
to
a
hear how bad my
challenge.
stomach actually is.
If you can withstand being in it for an hour, you get $5 million. Apparently, the person to do it the longest lasted 58 minutes.
Jesus.
Jesus,
Like,
I don't
you
know
were
if I could do
2
that.
fucking minutes away from being the only person on the planet to survive. Dude, do you realize I got to thinking about that. Do you realize the amount of sleep that I could have in that motherfucker?
No, you cannot.
You can't. Because you'd hear your brain. You can't
Just
hear
like
anything else.
undisturbed sleep.
I know, but like I don't know if I could just sit there and sleep while I'm hearing my heart just going. Thump.
So the biggest noise is going to be the sound of your own blood moving through your body.
Would that be
On
it?
Grey's
Yeah,
Anatomy,
whooshing.
that shit gave Demi Lovato fucking schizophrenia.
Oh, I'm not saying that I
Jesus.
would be perfectly fine after I walked out of the room, but bitch, I'd have $5 million.
I can hear him playing in his room.
I'd have $5 million. What about you, John? Do you think you could withstand an hour in that room?
I mean, John kind of does because he's got himself stuffed in that closet.
I mean, that's what I'm
Listen.
saying. Like where you're at, you're already in an enclosed space. If you had to sit in a room to where you literally, it was the quietest place on the planet for an hour, could you do it?
I've been in a completely soundproof room. It
Do you
didn't
think you could
bother
sit in there
me.
for an hour?
It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I couldn't. Nope, couldn't do it. That would drive me absolutely batshit crazy. Okay, could you sit? So there's what is it called, Joe? Joe, what's the name of it?
Anechoic chamber.
An anechoic chamber.
It
Okay.
looks like a hell chamber. Like,
It
have you ever
does.
seen
I've
it?
seen a picture of it. Yeah, send me a picture of it so we can put it in the socials too. There's a thing called an anechoic chamber. It's a completely soundproof room. When you sit inside, when they close the door, you can hear your own body like function. You can hear the blood rushing through your veins. You can hear all that stuff. Could you sit in that room for an hour? Someone's going to pay you $5 million. You think you could?
Sounds hot.
I could not.
Yeah,
I
right.
couldn't.
Yeah, it looks like
It
similar
looks like
to
a
that.
hell room. That
It
looks
looks
awful.
similar to that, but that's not the one that's at Microsoft. The one at Microsoft, it's like this soundproof and stuff is way bigger, so it makes the room look a lot smaller than it is.
So question, is it a complete sensory deprivation? Do they turn off the light and shit too when they lock you in there?
Oh, that would be hell.
Yeah, because like that's what the imp is saying over here is that. Okay, yeah, I would sit down. I would have to sit down.
That is the one.
I'd
in
be terrified to
Redmond,
move.
Washington.
No, the one that I seen is the micro in my yeah.
That is.
I think that may be it.
That is the one. I just pulled it from the
Yeah.
CNN article.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's the thing. If they Because like just looking at that room, I wouldn't be able to sit there hearing all that and then looking at that room going, nope, this thing's gonna kill me. It's enclosing on me and I'm going to die. I would give myself a heart. I would die. I would give myself a heart attack looking at it. But if they
Dude,
close the light, if they turn the light off and I could
I
sit,
don't think they turn. I mean, I wouldn't think they would turn the lights off on you while you're in there. They would. I'm sure they would leave the light on, but like the fact of, dude, if you gave me, if they had to put, I mean, it doesn't even look like you have to wear earmuffs, but just sitting
that
in
one's
there,
even
dude.
worse.
If you sit in the dead center of the room with your eyes closed, it ain't no different than going to sleep.
Hey everybody, I want to take a moment to talk about our new sponsor, W Energy. If you're tired of the usual energy drinks packed with fillers and artificial ingredients, W Energy is here to change the game. They've created a clean energy formula that is free from maltodextrin, artificial coloring, and unnecessary additives. What sets W apart is their focus on cognitive performance. Their unique blend includes vitamins and nootropics, with the star ingredient being Neurofactor. This patented extract from high-quality coffee cherries has been clinically shown to boost brain performance so you can stay sharp and energized throughout your day. And here's the best part. You can enjoy all of this without breaking the bank. If you're ready for that big energy boost, head over to their website and use code SCIENCE at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's SCIENCE and get 10% off of every order. And it lets them know that we sent you. A big thank you to W Energy for giving us the extra kick we need and for sponsoring today's show.
So speaking on sensory deprivation, so the guy I just sent you is a French geologist who spent 6 months underground with zero contact from human beings, and also like no indication of how much time has passed, and his body naturally converted into a 48-hour cycle rather than a 24.
So he fell into a cave and got lost in a cave for
No,
how long?
he didn't fall. He volunteered for this shit
Oh, why would you volunteer for that?
because he's a fucking badass scientist.
Oh my god, that sounds
He's a
awful. You have to cut
It
yourself off
was.
of all
He went
civilization.
fucking crazy. And here's the craziest part. He did it
He
again.
went crazy.
Like after the first time, he went back willingly.
Dude,
Well, I
because
mean, after you do it once, it's like,
dude, he probably went back willingly for the simple fact that it drove him crazy. Probably drove him crazy to not be there.
Yeah, fucking like
Yeah.
Steve from Minecraft. Just I yearned for the mines.
Oh, dude, I want to
So-
see that movie so bad.
Oh,
I want to see the Minecraft movie really bad.
okay.
I don't want to see it while it's. I don't want to see it in theaters. I just want to see it when it's rentable or when it's like on streaming. Because
Is it
fuck going to
because
the
is
theaters
it
to
because
watch
of
it.
Chicken Jockey?
It's because of the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
chicken jockey with the fucking kids throwing corn. I would just go fucking ballistic. I wouldn't be able to take it.
So
It would
I
stress
found
me
that
out.
out.
Have you not watched those videos on TikTok? They're not kids. They're like college
kids. They're
age
teenagers.
students. They're like
They're
college age
teenagers.
students that are just going
fucking-
stupid as soon
One
as he
dude
says
brought a
You're
live
child,
chicken.
you're only 26. Yeah, one kid brought a live chicken. Like, why? Why'd you bring a live chicken to a theater? Also, kudos for holding on to that chicken the entire time. That is a chill ass chicken.
No. That's
Chickens
not
are
the
generally
that's not
pretty
the real
chill.
question. That's not the real question. How the fuck did he get the
Never met
chicken
a
in
chill
the
chicken.
theater?
That's what I want to know.
Under your jacket.
There's also guys who set off like fireworks and shit. Like it's
Yeah,
gotten
it's
out
just
of control.
it's getting
But I
asinine.
found out
but-
about this like walking up to the theater. I had no idea about this fucking meme. And I'm
Oh,
terrified for my fucking life. Because think about popcorn being shot in the air around me.
Yeah.
Oh god, dude! You going in a theater should be terrifying, regardless. All the butter.
It
in
is.
the air.
It's always fucking terrifying. But I wipe down the seats and shit.
No, it ain't
But-
even wiping down the
so
seat.
we
Walking through the
realized-
door. The amount of butter in the air. Walking through the door.
Yes. But like we realized that this was happening. We were like, oh shit. So thankfully we were sat all the way in the back of the theater because my friend uses handicap seating. And then on top of that, we realized that the kids in front of us were probably going to do some shit. So my friend went and got the manager and he like straight up told them, if you do shit, I will have you arrested. And they didn't for most of the movie. They waited till the very end as it was getting out. And then they did it to one specific group of guys who were yelling back at them as they yelled shit during the movie.
Yeah. It's
Here's my
I've
question:
seen all the
What
TikToks and
kind
stuff.
of
And like, it's just getting asinine.
what kind of raggedy ass backwards movie theater are you going to that the handicap seating's in the back?
AMC does that sometimes, depending upon the way it's organized, because
It
the
pops
theater.
off. I would rather have the guy in the wheelchair up front near the door.
No. So they are. The door to the theater is at
Yeah,
the back
back.
of the theater, not the front of the theater.
Okay.
Yeah.
When the theater goes down from the entrance, it's the handicap
They
seating is
have
always at
they
the
have
back.
exits. They have some emergency exits in the front most
Oh yeah,
times.
absolutely. But
The
But if you're at the front, it's too big. You can't. You have to lean back. And you're like,
no, they
trying to
go
see
where
a big ass screen.
wherever the door the entranceway is, that's where handicap seating goes. That's pretty common design out here because we tend to build the theaters a very specific way.
I mean, I can see. I don't
the
know.
theaters here, like all the seating is there's like a hallway one that you'll walk through to get into the like the theater
Yeah,
part, but and all the seating's like up and above you.
yeah,
So
that's
the
true.
one exit to go out the shit is like below you, and
Yeah,
there's
you'd
no
have to drop
exit
them off a
once you're
ledge.
in those seats.
Like to get to the exit. So yeah. So what he's explaining, Joe's the way they have it set up is they have the exits so tucked away that if you wanted to get someone out through those exits in the back, if they're up in the back seating, because they're all raised up, you'd have to dump them over a ledge.
Yeah.
Throw them on top of somebody. But if we have in the front, there's always two like emergency exits in the front
Yeah.
that are like on a flat surface. So like here, I know in Wilmington and a couple other theaters, they have them like kind of second row, and they just have a straight shot right out the door if they need to. So
That's
they're
how
not
you
trying to
can tell
crane.
that Dickel is still a northern at heart, is because he says theater.
What?
In the
I
north,
say theater?
it's a theater. In the
Oh,
south,
you're
it's
talking about
a
when they say theater?
theater.
A theater?
I don't say theater. Theater.
What do you fucking do?
Theater.
Well, let's go back to the
It's
tape
a
on that
mixed
one.
match here. It's a mix and match here. I've noticed it's a mix and match. It's more common in like Texas and Kentucky, but North Carolina is more like it's more people say theater than theater.
It's
If
popular
they
in
say
Virginia
theater,
too.
they're order. Yeah, if they say theater, they're old money.
Yeah. There's a big difference around here, Bubba. There's old money and there's you ain't got no damn money.
It's the same. That's the same thing everywhere, Steve. What are you talking about? No one's got money right now.
Right. Right.
The stock market's been looking like a hell of a fun roller coaster for the last few days. It's been awesome to watch.
I got all my
It-
money back and then some.
Yeah. Yeah.
It went down, then went right
It
back up.
plummeted like over an hour or whatever. It just decimated, plummeted. Then like the next day, it all came right back tenfold. And I'm like, yeah,
Even my
yeah.
father-in-law was impressed with my portfolio because my total loss was only 6%
Yeah,
when it was dying.
I
And
thought it
he's
was
like,
pretty-
I literally
pretty
lost
high.
a year's salary.
But
I've been
he got it back.
I've been pleased with.
Did he not?
Yeah.
I've just been having
I
fun
hope.
watching
I
it.
don't know.
It's gonna be. I mean, this is a little bit. This is one of those things I don't know a whole lot about the stock market, but I also know it's a volatile thing. It's been
I
volatile
don't know
for a
shit
while,
about the
so,
stock market.
I
yeah.
just know
I
I know
tried.
enough
I
to know that I'm
absolutely
losing.
do not give a fuck about the stock market.
Dude, so when I was in high school, they tried to teach us about it by giving us like a whole extracurricular thing you could do where you're on a team and you had to like play a fake stock market. Dude, it was the most confusing thing I've ever tried to do. I hated it.
One, I don't have to know it. I don't have the know to know what the fuck I'm doing. And two, I'm too goddamn broke to do it anyway. So I really don't care.
I don't have the patience.
My
patience
grandfather
and the
raised me on
fucking-
the stock market. Like at like 6 years old, homie was going like, okay, I'm gonna teach you stocks, and then you're gonna trade, and if your stock does well, I'll buy you Pokemon cards. And I'm like, fucking bet. I learned stocks
I
real
wish I-
quick.
I wish I still had the Pokemon cards from my childhood.
I still do apparently.
Oh, me too.
They're
I
in
have-
my house.
I had all of the highly valuable ones. And they were in like perfect condition because like we talked like an episode or two ago about, or I think it was last episode that we had talked about magic cards or whatever.
It was 2
Like
episodes ago.
watching all that. Yeah. So I never played with them. I just had them. Like, I had all
Yeah.
these sought after shit. Like, even going back to, like, the Pokemon video games, the Game Boy games, I had all of them.
John's got a blue, I think.
Dude, I had
I think it's an original
all
blue.
of them. He's muted.
Yeah. I was big on yellow. Yellow was the one for me.
I
I
had
collected. I had the
yellow,
card. I played the game.
Yep,
red.
I sure do.
Yeah. John's
So
got an OG blue. It's just no box.
I have something that probably nobody has, which is a
Oh,
Nintendo edited copy of Pokemon Blue.
What's a Nintendo edited copy? I don't know what that is.
So when I was younger, like, and Pokemon Blue had come out, my sister was young and wasn't really capable of playing like video games well. But my parents, not knowing how video games work, were like, share with your sister," and she reset my whole ass game. I was mortified. My dad, feeling terrible, reached out to Nintendo America, explained the situation, begged like with his fucking heart. He's like, "I'm a firefighter. I think with this time 9/11 hadn't happened yet, but I can't be sure. Might have thrown that in there." And homie got Nintendo to send a copy with everything in it. I have weird Pokemon that shouldn't exist.
oh, dude, you could
Like
probably
what?
sell
Because
that
I haven't.
shit
Yeah, I've never
for.
heard of
Oh
that.
yeah, no, that's in a very sacred drawer. Like I keep also my parents keep like unearthing shit that they like, "Oh, this is yours." And it's like valuable. Like apparently I have a signed note like a signed note page from Katharine Hepburn like on her stationery.
All I got's a really cool signed picture of a guy from the Jersey Devils when they won the Stanley Cup. I got
Oh,
lucky and paid
dude, and
$5 for it.
I've got it's. I would have to actually step away for a second and pull this box, but there's a box sitting behind. It's not really a box. It's part of a little step thing for the dog. Sitting behind me, the shit that's in that box, the value of probably some of that shit in that box, I could probably buy a car.
Mm.
Because it's different stuff from like different shows or artists or playbills from Broadway shows signed by the Broadway cast. Like I could probably buy a car
Mm.
with this shit.
Yeah, but I mean, it's all collector's value, so it's like you might be able to if someone's actually willing to pay the amount that you want them to pay for it, or they're going to pay you $5 for it. You
Oh,
know,
dude, there's
it all
so
depends on
many
the value that
people.
someone else wants to place onto it. It's not really like that's why I always like I don't collectibles are really cool, but I collect them for me. I don't collect them because I'm planning on selling them
Mm.
because
There's
all
so
that
many
value is based
people
on
that
someone's opinion.
collect playbills from Broadway shows, especially if you have one from like the show Wicked. If you have one signed by the cast from that, it's like stupid. Wicked,
Yeah, right now. But then if you hold on to that
fucking
thing, let's say you hold on to that
Hamilton,
thing for 20 years. Hold on to that thing
there's
for 20
still
years,
gonna
and
be
it's
people.
people might be interested in it, or people might say, it was good, but like, but
Yeah, like
There's still
nobody
gonna
out
be
here
people out
going crazy over carousel right now.
but so hopefully I'll be able to. Excuse me, in the wrong tube. Hopefully I'll be able to actually fucking play pretty soon because we were talking about we went off on a wild side tangent on that.
So
But
there is. I'm
we were
looking. I pulled up eBay real quick. So there's a copy of Pokemon X Nintendo 3DS 2013 version or 2013 CGC graded at a 9.8 A++ seal for $490,000.
yeah, it's on eBay, still on eBay.
Yeah.
It's on eBay for that amount, but no one's paid for it.
There's a sealed
It's all based on
copy
someone's opinion.
of Pokemon Blue red text misprint
Yeah,
for 126,000.
yeah. If you look on the sold page, because I just mentioned to me if you look on the sold page, so you got to see like what they actually sell for, because like people can throw that shit on there for whatever they want, but it's all really based on what someone's actually going to pay, what that bid's actually going to do. Sometimes you might get lucky. It's like I said, you might get lucky on that gamble, but I'm not a gambling man because I can't afford to. But
Right.
That's
But yeah,
see, and
so
that's my thing with stocks is that anybody who says that stocks isn't gambling is a fucking idiot.
it's 100% gambling. It is gambling.
Dude, at
Only
this
reason why I
point,
don't do
going to
it.
the grocery store is a gamble.
It's a gamble whenever I throw my card in that slot.
Right. Is it
But,
going to work or is it going to not?
Yeah. But I am pretty happy with the fact that I'm hoping that I can get this fucking Call of Duty thing to work. I'm re-downloading it right now.
I hope so. Because
I'm re-downloading it.
since the new COD came out, you haven't been able to play it, but like maybe
I
3
played
times.
3 games. Yeah, I'll say I played 3 games. And most of that was doing the hide and seek shit. But like Verdansk, you said Verdansk is back on, which is kind of
And
cool.
so actually, I was
I
gonna
mean,
I'll let
Warzone's not
John
my favorite thing, but
explain. I'll let John explain Verdansk since since he's happy for it to be back. I'll let him explain the different stuff, what they've done with it now what they've got now that they didn't have.
what, did they add new shit to Verdansk, or did they just bring it back as like a map?
They brought it back. The map is back. They basically reskinned the map.
Well, they make him look pretty, yeah.
No, it's literally the same. It's literally the same. They just brought it back. They have a mode in there now that is a battle royale casual where it's not a full you're not in a full lobby of all players. There are bots and there's a small group of players that are in there. It's kind of like
Oh,
I think
It's
PUBG had a way of that
fantastic.
too. Oh, dude, yeah. Like me and John, Joe, and Newt have just been going ham, dropping like 30 plus kills each. That's including players, but mostly bots. It's
yeah.
amazing.
That's actually
It's
not bad because
it's a more relaxed way of playing Battle Royale.
yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, I was getting burnt out on playing Warzone, but even before my computer like started taking a shit, because like every time we played, it was just a hellscape of the worst kind of getting my ass whooped.
And
I
the
was just,
the
man,
HDR back.
yeah, I do remember that. That was yelled at me when it came back when it came back from across the hall.
Well,
The
I mean,
neighbors down the street probably heard that shit.
they keep backlogs of like all of the um excuse me, they keep backlogs of like all of the content they've ever put out, and I mean it's really easy to reskin. And I mean essentially, they might have tweaked some things with Verdansk, but all they really did was just re-release it, and then essentially it's bare bones form. Like this is
Yeah,
essentially Verdansk when it first came out, because
which is gonna be
and
nice.
this is not me bitching. A lot of what kind of irks me right now is a lot of fucking people are bitching about Verdansk. It's just like, dude, you guys have wanted Verdansk back for so long, and you're not going to be happy no matter what Activision does. No matter what Activision does, you're going to find something to bitch about. You know, oh, there's no loot. Like, and I noticed that, but then I quickly realized, I noticed that, and I kind of bitched for a second. Then I realized I was like, wait a minute, this is like the original version of
Yeah.
Verdansk that they re-released. That's all this is, because none of the POIs are, well, most of the POIs are not available yet. I think TV Station you can go in, and maybe like one or two other places. You can't go in Stadium. Uh, ah, shit. There's another big one that you can't go in.
I mean, it's like it was when it was initially released.
Yeah, but I
Fucking
mean, you've got the bunkers and whatnot. The keypads weren't even working when that first came out, so that's going to be a thing that comes out. The loot's really kind of slack. But I mean, the fucking game's been out for a week. These
Yeah.
we know the state of the game here and how these guys operate at this point. It's a cash grab. You know, Call of Duty is really just like a benign cancer that just looks ugly at this point, but you're just used to it, so you live with it.
Yeah.
Man,
I don't know.
I've been saying for like the last year that just like the way Call of Duty functions just as a whole nowadays is just like, man, I don't want to pay more money for this.
I'm not gonna lie.
But I do.
The only saving grace for this game was the fact that it was free on Game Pass.
Honestly, yeah, Game Pass was
Yep.
a big draw.
I mean
I think Game Pass
that
was a huge
they
draw for
they
it.
that was that. Oh God! I mean, and they recouped their money. They recouped their money on Black Cell and Battle Passes. And
Mhm.
bundles. They made these ridiculous bundles, like the Jay and Silent Bob. Oh my God! All the dad gamers are
Yeah.
fucking jerking off
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
I saw that and I was like, this is cool. Okay, I like this, but I like some of the other stuff more. The James and the Bob ones look really good. They look good.
I
It's just
honestly, the only
eh.
one that I'm actually like, besides, and Joe was gonna buy me one the other day, and I just forgot to fucking do any of that shit. But like the replacer, Jay and Silent Bob would be cool, but I'd want both, and I'm one of those people. If I
Are
find
they sold
one,
separate?
yeah, they are.
No.
I think.
No, it's not.
Oh,
No, it's
No, they're
not.
together.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it right now. The Jay and
I figured
Silent
they have a
Bob Tracer
bundle.
pack. It comes with Silent Bob,
Oh, I
Jay.
mean, if it comes with both of them, then I'll take that one. I don't give a fuck. No,
It
honestly, the
comes.
one that I want, and I would literally never change my skin, is fucking Terminator. I wasn't
Which
playing
one?
for like the fucking Arnold, bro. Like the T1
Arnie. Okay.
T1000. Yeah, bro. Like motherfucker, you can have like the exoskeleton version of the Terminator. You fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it's a hack.
It is.
It
It
is
is.
literally a hack.
Well,
The
no, I mean
hitbox.
Is it?
The hitbox
listen.
on that skin.
No,
Oh.
it's the skin itself. It's the visibility in corners and shit like that. It's kind of like a rose skin, but they actually just recently like lightened it up. So that's not a thing. No, honestly, I didn't give a shit about any of that. It's because fucking Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger, like fanatic over here, met the fucking guy.
I would want Arnie. I would want an Arnie skin only if it did Arnie one-liners.
Well, it does.
It does.
Like that's the thing.
does.
You even have the Arnold Schwarzenegger version of the Terminator 2 as well.
That's amazing. I think the only thing.
So, and he does like fuck you asshole. Like I mean
think the
shit like
only
that.
thing I would take over that would be Arnie Schwarzenegger, but he's Mr. Freeze from Batman Returns.
Oh,
Chill
dude.
out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. No.
And I want
But
the
I mean,
Freeze
like
gun
I
as
don't
well.
know. Like if I had the Terminator, like I wouldn't change my operator again. I wouldn't care what came out because
That's kinda how I feel with mine.
The Terminator was one of my that or like the Arnold Schwarzenegger version of him in Predator.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
Yeah.
That like
What was
when
the
when
what was the
they
other guy
when
that
they
played opposite
when
him?
they did that in what was it, Ghosts, when they had the Predator thing.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to release an Arnold Schwarzenegger thing, but I don't think they could get the licensing for it because royalties would have just been probably astronomical.
Probably.
And Ghosts didn't do that great. That was kind of the first
Ghost
time
was
like
a
a Call of
garbage
Duty.
game.
That was kind of the first time Call of Duty like really like as far as like the fans were concerned, which I thought it got a lot of hate. It was kind of a flop.
Because it sucked.
I hate
No, it
that I
didn't.
didn't.
It was
I
the
hate that I
worst
didn't
Call.
wish list that one.
Pain
No,
was amazing.
that is a fucking outright lie. First of all, Infinite
Campaign is
Warfare.
amazing.
Infinite Warfare, garbage.
Or dog shit.
Hot
Dog shit.
fucking
Infinite Warfare was
terrible.
garbage. Advanced Warfare was
Absolute fucking-
garbage.
No,
Advanced Warfare was
actually,
dog shit.
Advanced Warfare was ahead of its time.
Oh, I loved
well,
Advanced Warfare.
Titanfall
But
did
also,
it better.
the hill I will absolutely die on is that Future Warfare doesn't get enough dues. That was one of the best campaigns I ever played in Call of Duty.
See, and the fact they had Kevin Spacey as like the main bad was just like,
Oh, well,
wow.
Advanced Warfare's
That drove me.
campaign was driven.
I
I
mean, don't get me
honestly
wrong,
argue.
played it.
I honestly argue that is like top 3 Call of Duty campaigns.
My
Like
least favorite
it's
Call
damn
of Duty.
close. Like I don't know. You cannot beat Modern Warfare 2.
Oh yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean that is just absolute peak
2,
fucking Activision.
2, Black Ops 1,
Yeah.
World at War, Black Ops 3. Oh, sorry, Black Ops 2, Advanced Warfare, Future Warfare.
Yeah.
I just only have. I just
I
have
don't know,
Modern
man.
Warfare 3
You
and
lost
Black
me at the
Ops 2.
interactive. Although the really complicated interactive campaigns, like
It
that
was
just that
so good though. The fucking like sneaking on board spaceships using space age weaponry, spacesuits. And
Infinite
had
Warfare was garbage.
fuck you.
Infinite
World at
Warfare
War
wasn't
was
great.
bad. World at
World
No.
War.
of World at
I
War.
will say no. If I had to
I can
rank,
kind of agree with Steve on the campaign. I didn't enjoy it that much.
Oh my god.
okay, if you want my honest opinion though, worst Call of Duty of all time, Vanguard.
Yes.
I liked Vanguard. I liked the campaign.
Vanguard was bad. The
I liked
campaign
the
was
characters.
bad. It was glitchy. It was rushed.
Well, I'm not saying it was well made. I liked the storyline. I wasn't saying it was.
I
well
mean, the
made. I liked the
storyline was
story.
okay, but it was rushed. Like I really like they tried to do character development and just did not deliver. You know,
Remember
there
the
was just
ultimate kill streak in World at War? Just fucking dogs. Flood the whole field with German shepherds.
Jesus Christ! I would
yeah,
hate you get teams that would save up and they would all just unleash dogs at the same time, or as many of them that could.
literally.
Speaking of
Yeah.
kill streaks, I actually
Yeah, this motherfucker got a nuke.
I dropped a
Oh,
fucking
nice.
nuke. I dropped
Nice
a nuke
job,
on
Steve.
bullet. But I do owe credit. I will give credit where credit is due every single time. I do owe credit to my 2 sniper spotters, John being one of them and Newt being the other. These 2 were sniping gods because I was just dude, when I tell you I was out in the open, is I could be seen from the other end of the train as soon as you jumped on top of it, but these guys were just dropping bodies at the other end of the train like it was nothing. And I'm just laid prone
Nice.
and looking at a window and just dropping shit as soon as it walked through the door. And I heard, and I did not realize where I was in the kill, in like my kills, until I heard it. And that's when my heart started going, dude, my heart was pounding. Is like, whenever it said 25, and I was like, "Shut the fuck up." Okay. I gotta like, I backed up to where I was just head glitch a spot, like, inches you could see. It just dropped the last 5, and I just, like, stood up, dropped back, and I was like, "Hey, John, guess what?" He's like, "You did it, didn't you?" I said, "Game over." Boop. I dropped a nuke on a bullet train. I was like, "There you go, game
That's
over."
awesome. I like a nice heartwarming story to round up the night. That's really good.
Dude, that was so
I
and
do
that's
think the next
the first nuke I've ever
was your
got.
first one.
Yeah.
Oh, nice,
I used to get nukes
nice.
all the time with literally nothing but one-man army, a scar, and a noob tube.
I miss those days. Oh well, I think next episode will be the report on whether or not I can play Call of Duty this week.
Hopefully.
So
Hopefully, you'll be able to play it tonight if it'll install.
fingers crossed. Well, I probably won't play because it's gonna take a minute for an install. I'm probably gonna be because I gotta get Gotham to bed, make sure he's actually asleep and things to attend to. So probably won't be playing tonight because I'm gonna let that install and let it do its thing. But anyway, that was fun. I enjoyed that. We had a pretty good little ethical conversation. We went from smart to Call of Duty, and yay, we had a good. That was a good one. I appreciate you guys coming in. Make sure to check out Dubby. It's a good drink. It looks. listen, I don't lie to people. Very like I don't lie about stuff like this. It don't look good. Don't use a clear cup. But you know what? Get yourself a nice, colorful little shaker and throw this shit into a shaker. And it's a great. It actually tastes really good. It tastes really, really good.
I think there's a
And
purpose of why their cups are not see-through, Bubba.
yeah, because they don't put any bullshit in there. They don't put coloration. They don't put preservatives or any of that bullshit in there. So it's like it's actually pretty decent. I rock and roll with it. I drink it a lot.
I just
I
I
liked
need
like.
to.
I just liked that it wasn't chalky.
Yeah, and it's not chalky either. It's got a nice bite to it. Like the ones that
I
have a
need to
sour,
either
they're supposed to
get
have a
down
sour
there. I need to
flavor.
either get down there and get mine that you got me, or I just need to buy it.
You know
At
what?
this
If you do buy it, you can use code SCIENCE. I just forgot how to spell fucking science again. God damn it! It happens every time.
SCIENCE.
Thank you. Yeah, use that code and you can get 10% off on your order, and you can do that anytime you place order, and that lets them know that we sent you, and that gives us credit, and then we can do cool things like, I don't know, hand it out or something. Maybe have them do a show with us.
Do a giveaway.
Yeah, something like that. That'd be really cool. But anyway, but yeah, make sure to check out W. They're pretty awesome. I really like their stuff. We like their stuff. We're gonna get Steve to order some. And yeah, come back on next Monday, and we'll have a lot to talk about when it comes to Call of Duty, because we're gonna be actually playing it for once. All right.
Hell yeah.
I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Like.